Jacques. We are confronting Jacques. And because of who I am and my brain, when I hear Jacques, the first thing that comes to mind is the shrimp from Finding Nemo. Which is like one of the most not well-known Jacques ever. Not that Finding Nemo is... not very well-known underground indie film, Finding Nemo. But no, not like that, but just, what do you call it? Not a famous Jacques. Not the first thing that most people think of when they hear Jacques. I imagine, Jacques Clouseau, or, what's his face? Jacques Cousteau. Wait. Is Clouseau, is Inspector Clouseau from Pink Panther, is his first name Jacques? Or am I just thinking it is because it sounds like Jacques Cousteau, who is named Jacques? I don't know. You tell me. I certainly am not going to look it up. Anyway, here we are in Jacques Town, and, fair bit of wandering around in this one. I didn't do a whole bunch of editing with this one. It's not a super long video, but that's precisely why. I just thought that, where this video ends, I thought was a good cutoff point, because we are getting into the final leg of this game. The home stretch. This game will be finished within a matter of days, coming just as quickly as or going just as quickly as it came. And then it'll be on to the next thing, and I do not know what I'm going to do. The obvious choice is to do Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, but I don't know, I want something that I can vibe with, and I don't know how much of interest I'll really have to say about that game, because it's, just Battle for Bikini Bottom again, except, I'll be like, oh, this is different than the other one. And most of the changes, if I'm being honest, are not particularly positive. Most of them are either kind of neutral on, or, like, they are things that I like less than in the original game. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do to get over here, but it's what I did. I don't know how to get everywhere in this level. And when I say that we are in the final leg of this game, I have recorded up through the end of the game. I have now completed Spyro the Dragon, and yes, from this level onward, you are seeing my first time through these levels, which is why I'm leaving them a little bit less edited, and why I suck more at them. Or at least I think I do. I'm sure to, the casual observer, I don't know how to get that dragon over there. I assume you have to get on top of that thing. I don't know what you have to do that, though. See, you can see this is my brain trying to work, and it's not working. But yeah, everything from here on out was my first time doing it. I didn't get to it on my first run through the game, so apologies for the shuffling around and doing a lot of backtracking, looking for any gems that I missed. But hey, look, I did, so sometimes it's good to check. I also think at some point I said I was going to do at least one video in this LP with live commentary just for funsies, but it never ended up happening. I just, schedule-wise and, me-wise, what I wanted to do in any given, whatever day I was recording stuff. It just works easier to just play through a handful of levels in one go and then, cut it up in a way that makes sense and then talk over it after I've had time to collect my thoughts. Because my thoughts when I'm, the things I have to say when I'm playing the game are not super interesting, I don't think. A lot of it is me being like, I'm very dumb, I fucked that up. And these guys are really annoying. I don't like their little laugh. And that was a amazing jump by me. I think this is the point at which I decided I think I'm just gonna try to finish the level now instead of try to be cool and like figure out what I'm supposed to do, because I don't care. Yeah. I feel bad. This game really does like put collecting all of the things in the forefront of the experience, but like I've already explained, I just don't feel like elongating this LP with, it's mostly for me, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not that I'm worried that it'll be super uninteresting, because it'll be like one video where I have to cut together just, the parts, or not even that, for like collecting the gems, especially if they're just sitting somewhere. I can just like show you that I got all of the gems or whatever. I don't even know. The best thing with me is that I'm stupid, and especially with computer stuff, so you don't even have to wonder like, oh, did he do a cheat that gave him all the gems? No, I wouldn't even know how to do that anyway. So don't even worry about it. So I feel like just showing it would be credible enough. And why would I go to the trouble? What reason do I have to lie to, my dozens of viewers? There are dozens of us. This is not what I thought Jacques was going to look like. Is he supposed to be like Jacques in the Box? Like Jack in the Box, but he's Jacques? Because he hops and there's boxes and stuff? Because if so, I don't really get the connection. I don't think it really fits the magic theme very much. He just looks like a weird... I don't even know. I don't even know what he looks like. He looks like something in the movie Dougal. There isn't anything in the movie that really looks like him, but he looks like something that would be in that movie. Anyway, obviously missing quite a few gems here. I believe it's probably 500, I would guess. There is a list. I didn't know until the very end of this LP, and you'll see it in a few videos, that you can look at a list of all the shit you need to get in every level. I should have assumed. I don't know why, like... I feel like this is part of why I sometimes feel like I'm worse at video games than I was as a kid. But it's weird because on some level I'm also not, because like just in terms of my like record in like of what games I've completed, because I'm much better at finishing games than I was when I was a kid. If I, when on the occasion that I do finish a game, which isn't super often outside of LPs and streams and stuff, but not as much as I would want, at least. But just because most of them like take a long time to completely finish, But yeah, I think, I'm more successful in that way or whatever, because I'm finishing more games. I can beat them usually, but which I couldn't say was true when I was a child. But then at the same time, like it's my instincts I think are shittier than when I was a kid, because when I was a kid, I don't know, like, I would fuck around with everything that was in, like, the menu and whatever. Like, I would want to know all of that. I loved, like, reading the booklets, which obviously I can't do with a ROM, and with older games, you get booklets all the time when you buy them used, as I often do. And, I mean, I guess new games come with booklets, but I don't own any new consoles, so all the newer games I have are PC games, and they're not gonna, like, mail me a booklet with every purchase. They should. I think that would be cute. A little bit of a hassle, a little bit of waste of paper maybe, but I mean, I guess not. I mean, that's how they did it before, and you know, we're fine. There's trees and stuff, you know. If we like stopped relying on palm oil so much, I think we could get away with making enough. We could get away with cutting down enough trees to bring back video game booklets to their prior glory. But I'm also talking out of my ass, because like I said, I don't own any console stuff. And also, video games, especially if you're willing to pay more money for, like, special editions and stuff, video games come with, like, a ton of shit now sometimes. Like, usually big ol' games, but even not games that aren't, like, necessarily AAA. Well, I guess AAA, I don't really know what that means. There's a lot of different, like, ways I hear that used of different things to describe, but you know what I mean. Not, like, you know, Call of Duty, or like Dark Souls, or fucking other ones, you know, big franchise games. Something like Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, like they had that special edition that's like $120 and it comes with a bunch of shit. And like I've seen special editions for like the Battlefield games and stuff, and like, I don't know, there's all sorts of like boxes. I don't know what's in them. Because I don't like watch the unboxing videos or anything, but they're big boxes, and I imagine they just have some sort of goodies in them. As you can see, I'm showing a couple of attempts for this flying stage because I kind of did it two different ways here, where I went for all the stuff that's through these tunnels more first. But yeah, it took a little bit of experimentation. You know, this was a new flying stage, so I was a little bit nervous. I think it ended up taking 4 or 5 tries, something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, obviously here I'm running out of time. Bless me. I just sneezed. Yeah, fuck yeah. But here's the successful attempt, which I'm proud of. I think it went well. It's probably not the best or like most or like quickest or most intuitive route through the level to take, but it's my route, damn it, and I'm sticking by it. Until maybe later when I play this game again and I figure out something that works better. But I think this is pretty much... It's just about, you know, how much space it takes to get to different sections of the level, and so, like, and which things are close apart, because things are, like, moving throughout the level and whatnot, and so, you know, you gotta space stuff out in such a way. To continue with something that I was saying in the previous part, is this the successful one? I actually don't think it is. Yeah, this is not. This is another failed attempt. Alright, fuck me. I don't know, I thought I only had 2 failed attempts and then the successful attempt. I guess I had 3. This probably had more failed attempts than I said. It's probably more like 6 or 7. Damn it, I always try to get that one there, but always miss it. If I could do that, that would be golden. I could probably save like 5 or 6 seconds not going back to get that, as I'm doing here. And fucking up. Yeah, I definitely could do better than this, but, you know, you work with what you got. But yeah, to continue what I was talking about in the last video of this, about Mario and Zelda games and stuff like that being sort of more pure distillations of video game as a medium because they focus more generally. I mean, Zelda has a story and lore and whatnot, but even so, I would still say that, like, moment to moment, it's more about the gameplay than the story. The thing that Zelda fans and that people who know of Zelda, I don't think it's known for its like amazing stories. It's more like, you know, the playing of it and the areas, the atmosphere, and everything. At least that's what I would think. And how I wish more games would either take that approach or, you know, if you're going to go more story-driven, really tether them to the gameplay mechanics in a way that a lot of games don't. And it's also why I really like, I was thinking, I forgot to mention last time about simulation games. Many of you will know that I'm a big fan of those, like The Sims and like construction and management simulation games, like the Tycoon games and everything like that. I think those are also very pure distillations of video games as a medium, because it is all about, you know, the player's actions in a virtual world within the conventions that the game sets for you. That is what you are meant to derive meaning from, you know? And when I say meaning, I don't even necessarily mean like an interpretation or a message that the people who made it are actively trying to communicate to you through it, although it can be that. I mean meaning in terms of, beyond just being fun and enjoyable, what about it in a subconscious way attracts you to it, because there's always something a bit more than that. Either something about, and usually both, just something about how the game hits your specific pleasure centers. And because I know, for me, like, the reason why I like games like The Sims and Tycoon games is very deeply tethered to my personality, or has to do with the kind of personality that I have. So, yeah, I think those, if one were to do, you know, a sort of formal analysis of video games and stuff, I think simulation games would be an interesting zone to operate within. Anyway, here we are on Nork Island, or whatever. This is Nork's realm. And, yeah, I talked over the Dragon Boy, but we have to go through 2 more levels to get to the Nork himself in these big, hungry hippo heads. So we're going to start next time with Nork Cove, so see you then for that.